Hi everyone, and welcome to a very special mini-series on the inner game of change. I am thrilled to take you on this journey as we explore something both timeless and practical: mental models for managing change. Before we dive into today's topic, let's quickly cover what a mental model actually is. A mental model is simply a way of thinking, a framework that helps us understand the world, make better decisions, and solve problems more effectively. Think of it like a blueprint for how to approach challenges and navigate complexity. Here's a simple analogy. Imagine you're driving to a new destination. Without a map, you could easily take wrong turns, waste time, or even get lost. But with the map, your mental model, you have a clear route to follow, helping you avoid mistakes and arrive faster with far less stress. In the same way, mental models give us a clearer path when managing change. They help us break down complexity, anticipate obstacles, and guide us toward better outcomes. And that brings us to today's episode, where we will explore first principles thinking. This is a mental model used by some of the greatest thinkers and innovators, from Aristotle and Richard Feynman to Elon Musk. It is all about stripping away assumptions, getting down to the core facts, and rebuilding solutions from the ground up. So, whether you're leading change in your organization or tackling personal challenges, first principles thinking is a tool you will want in your mental toolkit. Let's start with a definition. First principles thinking is a method of problem solving that involves breaking down a problem into its most basic fundamental truths, its first principles, and building your solution from the ground up, instead of relying on assumptions, analogies, or how things have always been done. This model helps you reimagine problems in a completely fresh way. Here's where it comes from. The concept of first principles goes back to Aristotle, who defined them as foundational building blocks of knowledge. More recently, it's been popularized by Elon Musk, who credits this way of thinking with enabling him to revolutionize industries like space travel and electrical vehicles. Now, here's a simple analogy. Think of a house renovation. Most people would take what's already there, walls, flooring, pipes, and just modify it. But first principles thinking is like stripping everything back to the foundation, questioning what is necessary, and rebuilding with only the essential elements. It is more work up front, but leads to a more innovative and effective result. In change management, this approach is invaluable. Too often we tackle problems by copying what others have done or tweaking old solutions. First principles thinking forces us to dig deeper, ask better questions, and design change from ground up based on what's fundamentally true. Now let's talk about how you can use first principles thinking in your change management efforts. Imagine you're tasked with improving employee engagement in your organization. The default approach might be to look at what other companies are doing, organizing team-building activities, offering perks, or running surveys. But those are assumptions. They might work for others, but do they address the root causes of disengagement in your organization? Here's how you can apply first principles thinking. Step 1. Identify the core problem. Start by asking, what's the fundamental issue here? Instead of assuming disengagement is about perks or activities, dig deeper. Maybe employees feel they lack autonomy or don't see how their work connects to the organization's purpose. Step 2. Break it down to first principles. Ask questions like, why does disengagement happen in the first place? What are the essential ingredients of engagement? Things that must exist no matter the context. You might uncover that engagement boils down to recognition, purpose, and a sense of belonging. Step 3. Build solutions from the ground up. Once you've identified these first principles, build your strategy from there. For example, instead of generic perks, you might focus on improving recognition systems or aligning team goals with the organization's purpose. By focusing on the fundamentals, you create solutions that are tailored to your organization's unique challenges, not just borrowed from someone else's playbook. So, how can you apply first principles in your work? Here are 3 simple steps to get started. Ask why multiple times. Just like a curious child, keep asking why until you get to the root cause of the issue. For example, if employees resist a new process, don't stop at they don't like change. Keep digging. Why don't they like it? Is it unclear? Does it create more work? Etc. Question assumptions. Identify the assumptions you're relying on and challenge them. For example, if you assume that technology will fix inefficiency, ask, what efficiency is the tech solving? Is there a simpler way to address it? And number 3, rebuild from the ground up. Once you have identified the core truths, build your solution step by step, ensuring every element addresses those truths directly. This might take more time up front, but it leads to more sustainable and effective results. By using first principles thinking, you will not only solve problems more effectively, but also unlock innovative solutions that others might overlook. To wrap up, first principles thinking is one of the most powerful tools for simplifying complexity and solving problems at their core. It challenges us to go beyond assumptions, break problems down to their fundamentals, and design solutions that truly work. Here's my challenge for you. Think about a problem you're currently facing, whether it's at work, in a project, or even in your personal life. Step 1. Take 5 minutes to break it down using first principles thinking. Strip away assumptions, habits, and this is how we've always done it thinking. Step 2. Ask yourself, what's the core issue I'm trying to solve here? What are the fundamental facts I know to be true? What's absolutely essential to move forward? Step 3. Use those essentials to design a fresh, simple solution. One that's built on facts, not assumptions. And finally, step 4. Test it, see what works, and refine it. First principles thinking isn't a one-off exercise. It's a mindset you can apply again and again to cut through complexity and find smarter solutions. Now that we have wrapped up, I know you've got a thought or two spinning in your mind. Why keep it to yourself? Share it with me or someone who needs to hear it, because great ideas grow better when they are shared. And don't miss our next episode, where we'll explore the influence model, a simple but powerful way to help you understand how to drive action and inspire others to adopt change effectively. Remember, every change we face is rooted in something fundamental, a need, a belief, or a possibility. When we trace change back to its first principles, we don't just understand it, we shape it. Until next time.